What is up, sports fans? Welcome back to yours truly, Mickey G Productions. That's right, I'm your resident NFL expert, Mickey G. And well, we've got some crazy things that just happened here. It's been a little while because, I've been working, I've been busy doing a lot of stuff, so I haven't made a lot of sports videos recently, okay? Well, not a lot of, NFL videos. There's been a couple Madden videos, but that's different. But this one I got out of work, and I'm like, oh, look at this. Patrick Mahomes gets signed to a 10-year deal. Are you kidding me? And then just a little bit ago, it says 10-year, $450 million? That's insane. That's incredible. And entirely, what? And so I thought to myself, I'm thinking here, well, what other players are that I think, might deserve a similar kind of deal here, a 10-year deal, right? But there's two things, you got to focus on here when thinking about these kind of things, right? You got to think about, the age of the player, okay? Because you want to have them be able to actually use their 10-year contract. You don't want them to just be here, okay? To give them a 10-year contract, and then 5 years later, they're gone from the league, and you're just, you empty spots there. That's not good here. You want them to fulfill that 10-year contract, you feel me? Another thing to think about here is you don't want them to be too young, though. You don't want to be too inexperienced. You don't want to just throw all this money at someone who hasn't proved themselves. So there's two important things you got to focus on here, and I've compiled a little of a list. I've gone through all 32 NFL teams, and I picked out some guys that I think deserve a 10-year contract. And I've grabbed at least one from each NFL team because a couple of them it was hard to choose, so I'm just going to throw them both on the list. Because, there's some teams that have a lot of young players that are really good. Other teams have a lot of old players that are really good, and then I'm like, who do I give this to? That's kind of what I went through. And now I'm going to go through my list here, starting off with, alphabetical order based city. That was the easiest way. Just looked at the rosters, and that was what the website was in. That's what the order was. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go with that here. But starting off here, we have the Arizona Cardinals. And, of course, we're going to give it to Larry Fitzgerald because Larry Fitzgerald is never going to retire. Okay? He never stops. He keeps going. He's like the Energizer Bunny, baby. He doesn't stop. But in all seriousness, actually, Kyler Murray's the one getting the 10-year contract for the Cardinals. Yeah, might have only played 1 year so far, but he did a lot. He really kind of upstarted that offense, I think. I think he's a good player. I wouldn't mind for anyone else on that team. I think he might be the one to do it. Great job. He's young. He's definitely going to be able to fulfill that 10 years, I think. And I think he would be the best choice for the Cardinals. Next, though, we have Atlanta Falcons. And so, of course, this one's going to Younghoe Koo. Kicker. He was banging last year once he got the shot. Played for the Atlanta Legends over there in the AAF. Honestly, while they may be half joking, it's not a bad idea. If you can have a consistent kicker for that long, that's good stuff. So not a bad choice, but the real pick here is Calvin Ridley. I see him having maybe a similar career to Julio Jones, so he's not a bad guy to have there. Give him 10-year contract, keep him there in Atlanta. Homegrown guy, it's going to do good stuff for you. Moving on, next we have Baltimore, and there's no joke here. We're just going with Lamar Jackson, okay? The guy took this team to the playoffs. Both years he's been there. Yeah, he hasn't won yet, but he's going to be able to do that at some point. Come on. If Joe Flacco can win playoff games, then I think Lamar Jackson can. So he's got to get in there and get his done. Next is Buffalo. And if anyone says to me that Josh Allen should get this freaking contract, I'm just going to smack them upside the head. Because what are you thinking? He's a glorified running back. You don't give that man that. But Tre'Davious White, I think, is a good pick here. Young guy, great corner. Give him the cash. Or Stephon Diggs. He's a little older up in there than Tre'Davious White is, but I still think he'd be a good pick. I think he has a good 10 years left in him. So maybe not the better pick. Tre'Davious White I think might be better there, but I want to throw Stephon Diggs in there. Great trade for Buffalo. Next is Carolina. Easiest drop of my life here, Christian McCaffrey, okay? But if he somehow just gets wiped off the planet here, then DJ Moore I think is also a very good pick. He had a great rookie season, and last year he did well as well. Good stuff. I really like what his career has been so far. I think he's definitely a good spot. Him and Christian McCaffrey have been going strong, and I think those are some good picks right there. Next is Chicago. So, of course, you give it to Nick Foles. Give this man all your money, please. He's so good. He was so successful everywhere that he went. So just give him all your money. But kidding aside, Eddie Jackson I think is a great pick. Allen Robinson, not bad. Once again, he's not a guy that's up in the years, but he is incredible, and I wish he had never left Jacksonville. He deserves that cash. Give it to him. And Jackson, though, is probably the better pick here because he is a little younger. Moving on to Cincinnati, we have Joe Burrow. No. Okay. He hasn't played a game yet. I'm not throwing money at a guy that hasn't touched the field. Not the best plan. Joe Mixon and Tyler Boyd, though, on the other hand, they've done pretty well with what they've been given. I think those are two guys that you might want to give some money to. Wouldn't be disappointed if they're the ones that would get that kind of deal. In Cleveland, though, we have three guys that I think are a pretty good spot here. We got Nick Chubb, Myles Garrett, and Denzel Ward, all fairly early on in their career. As long as Myles Garrett doesn't hit any more people with helmets, I think he's got 10 good years in him for sure. Same with Denzel Ward and Chubb. Cleveland, please give Chubb the ball more. I don't care if Odell's crying in the corner because he doesn't have enough catches. Give Chubb the ball. He's more successful with your team and what you have. Please, if you want to be successful, give it to Chubb. Next is Dallas. Of course you give it to Dak freaking Prescott. You actually signed the franchise tag. I'm sorry, Andy Dalton. I was rooting for you. I was excited for you, but instead we get Dak Prescott. In reality, though, Zeke obviously is a guy that you get it. Amari Cooper, he's a little up in the years there. Might still have 10 left in him, I think. But Leighton Vander Esch is probably the best pick here. He's the youngest of the group. He's had great seasons so far. I think he's a guy you might want to give to him. Strong linebacker on your team. Man of the defense, I think he's a good spot. Denver, Bradley Chubb, okay? Him and Von Miller have been like a 1-2 punch back there for when he's been there. Give him the money. Everyone else, I don't know if they've proven enough to be that guy, so I'm giving it to Chubb in Denver. Detroit, Kenny Golladay. I think he's a good choice here, okay? Kerryon Johnson, maybe I feel like there might be some injury issues in there. I don't want to think about that. Kenny Golladay, I feel like has been more consistent. I don't know. He's been very helpful on my fantasy team, so that's probably why I think of him more. And so I give it to him in Detroit. Green Bay, obviously Jordan Love. I mean, the guy's going to be incredible. I'm so excited for him to start this year over Aaron Rodgers. It's going to be epic. I'm going to have so much fun watching him. I'm really excited for that. No. Aaron Jones, absolutely been killing it. Jared Alexander, also very good in the defensive backfield. Aaron Jones, though, he's been great. He's been incredible so far. He was the team MVP last year for sure. Give him your stuff now because he's going to be getting moving. Next is Houston. Deshaun Watson. Please, this man deserves for all of the garbage he has gone through in there in Houston. Give this man some cash because gosh freaking darn it. He's gone through it, man. Moving on to Indianapolis. I think Marlon Mack, but Quentin Nelson I think is getting this one here. One of the best offensive lineman in the league in general, and he's a young guy. Give him that cash. You need someone to protect your quarterback. You need to protect your quarterback. That's important. That's all I'm saying. Moving on. Jacksonville. Gardner Minshew, baby. No, I'm kidding. Okay. He played like, 12 games? A little bit more, actually, I think. But anyways, he did good. Okay, I like him a lot. I like what I see. I think he's going to be successful in the future. I need another year or two before I threw 10 years at Gardner, okay? Jaguars, they have not had success in the quarterbacking position since freaking Mark Brunell, okay? I'm not throwing anything at the quarterback position just quite yet. But DJ Chark, I think is a good guy to throw some cash at. And Josh Allen, the good Josh Allen, give him some freaking money, okay? The guy barely played last year and was freaking killer. Please put him in the starting lineup this year. I'm going to be entirely upset. Okay? Please, for the love of goodness, Jacksonville. Kansas City, Mahomes is getting it. Okay, there's no one else. Moving on. Las Vegas, Josh Jacobs is getting this 10-year deal. Great rookie season last year. Okay, I'm excited to see him do big things. The Raiders, I think, could have a pretty good season this upcoming year. I'm excited. Okay, keep your eyes peeled for the Raiders to shock some people. I'm excited. Next is Los Angeles, the Chargers. I think Austin Eckler, Hunter Henry, Joe Bosa, and Derwin James are all valuable candidates for this spot. They're all on equal playing field. Maybe Joe Bosa might have the edge here, but for sure all these guys I think have merit, and you can make arguments for each of them. Next is the Los Angeles Rams, and of course we're giving it to Jared Goff, the quarterback. Oh my gosh, he's so good. Just kidding. We're giving it to Jalen Ramsey. Just kidding again. Actually, obviously, we're giving it to Cooper Kupp. The incredible performance he had last year and the previous couple of years or so. Cooper Kupp's been playing out of his mind at the receiver position. Give him his money. In Miami, we have Mike Gesicki. There's a lot of older guys in this team that they've grabbed from other teams and a lot of younger guys who have yet to prove themselves. That's why I'm going with Gesicki here. Good tight end is a very important position to have in this NFL today. Give him his stuff, keep him there, build him up, and boom, you got yourself some good stuff there. In Minnesota, Dalvin Cook. Yes, the injury issues you might want to have to worry about, but when he is there, he is a player. Unstoppable. As long as you can get the injuries down, he's going to be great for the next 10 years. I think he's definitely the one on this team to give some cash to. In New England, we're giving it to Jarrett Stidham, baby. Oh, yeah. Just kidding. He probably isn't getting any start this year now that they have Cam. That I'm interested in. I'm not sure how it's going to change the dynamic here. Previously, I thought the Patriots might tank, and now I'm not so sure. I think Bill really wants to see if he can win a Super Bowl with as little people as possible on the team. And it's Bill. I think he can do it. Who knows, okay? But actually, Sony Michel's the one who's getting this 10-year deal. He's been great. I wouldn't be surprised if Patriots move more from like a passing type team to a running type team and just feed Sony Michel, James White, and all those other guys that they have there. I think that should definitely be an interesting thing to see in New England. But next is New Orleans, Alvin Kamara and Marshawn Lattimore. Incredible guys, okay? Alvin Kamara, though, definitely a little bit higher than Marshawn Lattimore, but still, Marshawn Lattimore's done well. But Kamara, give him his money. He's been doing great as well. But going on to next, we have New York Giants, Saquon and Evan Ingram. Saquon, if he didn't get hurt so much, he'd be the easy one. Same thing with Evan Ingram. If these guys can stay healthy, I think they got 10 years ahead of them with good stuff, but they got to keep healthy if they want to be successful. And then New York, we can give it to Frank Gore, okay? I think he can play 26 seasons in the NFL. I mean, why not? Okay, he doesn't stop, okay? But actually, we're giving this to Jamal Adams. For the love of goodness, New York, keep him. He's your best player on your team. If you get rid of him, then you literally have no one. You have no one. Ooh, Le'Veon Bell. No one cares about Le'Veon Bell, okay? He tried his best last year and barely did anything because they didn't have anyone else to give the ball to besides Robbie Anderson, who was probably high half the time, didn't know where the ball was. So, New York, you're trash, okay? Next, Philadelphia. Carson Wentz, okay, once again, if this guy can stay healthy, he's top 5, if not top 3 quarterback in the league right now. But the brother keeps getting hurt, and that's probably because of the lack of stuff around him. We build up that offense, get this guy going. Defense is fine. Backfield, they worked up. They've done some backfield, they kind of worked up. But seriously, keep Carson Wentz healthy because he is a killer. And then Pittsburgh, we got a trifecta right here. We got Juju, we got TJ Watt, and we got Minka Fitzpatrick. All of these guys deserve this 10-year deal. Juju is incredible. He got a little hurt last year, but it doesn't matter. He had one hiccup. He's going to come back with a fire, baby, and he's going to be killing it. TJ Watt, he's a Watt brother. Give him the 10 years. Minka, the dude's incredible. He literally gets on the Steelers team and turns around their entire team. It was incredible. Give this guy the 10 years. Next, San Francisco, George Kittle, Nick Bosa. A tight end that is that good at that age, honestly, 10 years right now. Just hand it to him. And Nick Bosa, same kind of thing. That good at that age, give him the 10 years. Both those guys, incredible jobs. Give him what's due. Next is Seattle. Antonio Brown should be getting this 10-year deal, man. For sure. No, of course not. But Chris Carson and Trey Flowers, I think, are two good candidates here. Most of their guys are older at this point. But they still have they have some young guys. Chris Carson has been doing really well. Every year he improves. And I think he's going to continue that. I can see him continuing it for the next 10 years or so. Give it to Chris Carson. Tampa Bay, Tom Brady, he's going to play for 30. Obviously, we're giving this one to Chris Godwin. And O.J. Howard, I think, is also a good candidate. Chris Godwin maybe a little higher. O.J. Howard, I think there might be injury issues there as well, and also wanting to leave in general. But Chris Godwin, I think, is definitely a good candidate for that. In Tennessee, Derrick Henry. With what he can do without, having issues, I don't want him to have a 10-year deal in Tennessee, because that means 10 years of him just destroying the Jaguars. I don't want that. But if I'm the Titans, I'm like, give this guy the ball, and only give this guy the ball, because he can't be stopped. All right. And then finishing off here with the Washington Redskins. I would say give the Darius Geis here, but he has a big injury issue as well. That's not good if he can get that fixed up. I think he's a good candidate, but I think Terry McLaurin and Daron Payne might be better options for the moment, considering that Geis has had injury issues for a while now. But anyways, that is all 32 NFL teams. Those are some guys that I think might deserve 10-year contracts. If that becomes the new norm here. Anyways, that was yours truly, Mickey G, giving you some straight facts. If you entirely disagree with what I said, please let me know in the comments, because it's always fun to see those. If you think that I'm the smartest person on the planet, also put that in the comments, because I love that. And if you're going to give me hate on this, saying, stupid, why would you put that person on that list? Please give me a reason why. If you just say that, oh, you must have never watched football before, then you're just dumb. You're the dumb one here. You don't watch football. If all you can come up with is say why my opinion's bad because they don't watch football, obviously I have to have watched football to know anybody in this list. So that's a bad comment. Don't say that. It's stupid. If you want to say that my opinion's bad, tell me why. I'm interested in that. And then I can have a discussion with you. Just say, you've never watched football before, I'm just going to smack you across the face, okay? But anyways, thank you for watching. Make sure to smash like, subscribe, all that gamer goodness. And as always, adios.